you get the music?
Great. Do we still have audio from me?
Let me see. Yeah, we can hear you on there. It's all good.
Stream on my tablet decided to freeze, so now I have ads.
You should get a second monitor.
Should.
Even if it's just a crap one, like just to run stuff on. Even if it's like a $39, like 15-inch piece of crap from Best Buy, you can get one.
You're from Best Buy. Why do we gotta throw Best Buy under the table?
I mean, that's where you go to get a crappy second monitor. You go to Best Buy.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Third monitor. No, I mean I use my tablet. It's fine.
3 is too much. I feel like first of all, my desk is tiny. I can't do 3. I can't fit them. There's not right here. I can't. There's nothing to about it.
Well, welcome to TyriaNow. As this became the intro of monitors. This is episode 13. We're running at a special time. Our title today is Festival of the 4 Legendary Upgrades. I love our meme titles. I am Miko and he is Aaron, and we will be entertaining you, hopefully, and providing you some information as well.
I wanted it to be Fiesta, but she decided that was too meme. So
oh, I did. I think I typed in festival and you wrote Fiesta, so that was probably my bad.
I did. It could have been Clown Fiesta of the 4 legendary upgrades.
Let's just.
We didn't have to go too hard, right?
No. I'll talk about what the Clown Fiesta is with this legendary upgrade thing in a little while.
She has thoughts.
I have thoughts.
As a build swapper, she has thoughts.
I have thoughts. I am not happy. So, Aaron, what have you been up to this week or the past couple of weeks?
When I have been playing, so I haven't had a lot of time to play Guild Wars 2 lately because I've been buried in work. But when I have been playing, I've mostly just been playing in World v World. And yeah, just logging in and doing a few hours of World v World. Because I'm climbing towards that rank 2000.
Yeah, how are you doing there? You want the tentacle armor?
I've talked about how I feel about the tentacle armor before. I feel like it is a dead rant at this point, but
I thought you liked it. This is why you were going for it.
So the tentacle armor is armor, which is a problem because the armor piece looks like crap.
You just want the
tentacles are very cool. Give me tentacle infusion, Ariana. Okay.
They'll release it as an outfit.
No.
Was it too soon? I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, we did have an interesting outfit come out recently that we'll talk about near the end of the show. But yeah, so World v World for me for the most part. How about you?
I've raided occasionally. We've had a couple of groups that have taken some days off for various reasons. But I've also been working on the Virtually Interrupted website when I haven't been. So we should be launching that soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hoping to have that launched this week, but we're waiting for content to come out of our editing queue. In about another week or so.
Very cool.
So excited about that's finally getting off the ground, and
yeah, very big hype.
Yeah, big hype indeed. We've got some news on the TyriaNow front with that, which we'll talk about later. So that's all. I mean, it's been pretty chill. It feels very summer, very chill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nice chill Guild Wars 2 summer.
Mm-hmm. Taking it easy. Got these festivals that just keep coming at us. I guess
Yeah.
it's, gives us
Did
something.
you end up finishing the Dragon Bash meta achievements?
I
Me either.
very rarely finish festival metas.
They're easy too. You can get them
They
done in
are
like a
easy,
couple
but
hours.
it's like the
I can't be asked.
yes, that's it. It's
I can't
like
be asked.
do this repeated thing for X amount of times, and I'm like, I don't want to launch more fireworks. I've got the color of the sky one. And I was like, yay, okay, great. And then
And
after that, I was like, yeah, this.
yeah, like I like playing the game, not
Mm-hmm.
playing like it's like going to a lame like in like middle school when your school puts on a carnival and it's extra lame. That's how I feel about festival events now almost.
I feel like the metas could reward the gameplay a bit more rather than just do repeat this X thing
Well, they could
a
have better
zillion
gameplay, but they're
times.
highly rewarding. There's always at least one exploitative way to make
Well,
heaps of
yeah.
money every festival.
I just don't want to. I just feel like
Festivals are the most exploitable way to make big money in Guild Wars 2. Me either.
we're just the Debbie Downers of festivals, I guess. But I'm glad that other people are enjoying them and it gives them.
Other people love them. Chat loves them. Chat's talking about how much they like festivals. They like the AP gains.
Yeah,
I've
I'm.
gone about as far as I can go with AP. It's not. It's over. Like,
You're in the 20s, aren't you now, or no? We've had this conversation
I'm
before.
almost 26. Yeah, I'm almost
Okay, so
26.
you're getting up there.
And I don't have
I'm nearly at 17 after how long has this game been out? And I've been playing
7 years.
since. Yeah, I just don't chase AP as hard as I probably should.
I can't. I don't care. Like I don't care.
I'm a PvE
So, yeah.
scrub. I don't delve into PvP and World v World enough to grind out AP in those moves.
Not much AP in WW, but tons of AP to be had in PvP. Honestly, tons of AP in PvP.
You know,
Yeah,
that's how it is. You get your flavor for whatever you like.
the game for everybody.
A game for everyone, literally.
What a triggering phrase for many people.
It really is. Have you seen the conversations that have been happening on Twitter about the word casual and how
Yeah.
it can be like, what does that actually even mean?
Yeah, I think Ink started that thread.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I was like, listen, I'm not necessarily a casual, but I'm not necessarily hardcore either, right?
Right.
What's the word for that? What are those people?
A player? Normal.
You're
We're
like,
the normies.
like, who's the guy who plays for 7,000 hours but hasn't done a raid? That's me.
Right.
Who's
Yeah.
that guy?
Yeah. And I think what Inks's point was is that casual is more of like how much time you can invest in it, but not necessarily a label for your skill, I guess, is how he sees it, but other people are not taking it that way.
Yeah.
Equating utter noob play with the casual.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm not fantastic, but if you tell me what to do, I can do it, you know? So I'm kind of in that, but I'm not one of these, like, large brained, like, hyper brained individuals who can see the matrix flowing before me in the game and just adapt on the fly and one shot a CM, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at.
Hardcore casual.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Anyways, so there we go. That's where we are. Should we just jump into this thing that has come out and is before we get into the Festival of the Four Winds, or should we talk about the festival first?
Yeah, since we just started on festivals, we can talk about the Festival of the Four Winds.
So the Festival of Four Winds is out. It is back. It is made up of the Labyrinthine Cliffs area, which you get to go and play some games with the Zephyrites. You get to use the skills that you can find in Dry Top for the really the only map that those skills are available in, other than Sephiroth aspect skills.
And I know there are some like things you need them for in the map, but for the most part, they're irrelevant because of mounts.
I mean, they were basically the precursor to mounts.
I think they're more interesting than mounts. They're clunkier than mounts, and
They're
mounts are
clunkier
better.
than mounts, but
but they're an interesting concept.
they were basically teaching you how mount movement would be working: the jump up, the leap across. So
They would have been great candidates for masteries, and then they were like, "No, let's give them mushrooms instead."
So that's back, and then there's also the Queen's Pavilion, which you've got two things happening there: the Queen's Gauntlet, which is your PvP, PvP aspect of solo combat against some NPCs. Well, not NPCs, but you know what I mean. Bosses, Liadri and the like. And you can go and get yourself a nice shiny title.
And as far as I'm aware, and I tried to look everywhere I could, and I couldn't find any info. Apparently, no new bosses.
No, which I was kind of surprised at. I did pull up the wiki page.
Yeah.
The gambits, the extra challenges, that I think was in last year.
Oh, that's been in since always with Queen's
Yeah,
Gauntlet.
see, I've only ever done the boss splits because so yeah. So I think it's just Terai also was the one that was last added last year.
Yeah, when they revamped the whole thing. Yeah. Well, no, they added the whole new tier, the whole new special tier last year. So they added like 4 new bosses last year.
Yeah.
And they're all a lot trickier than the final tier before. But I don't know. I think you should add a new boss every time you bring this festival back, personally.
To kind of help spice it up, keep it fresh.
Do you remember how I used to play that dinky dual pistol scrapper build? I beat the whole Queen's Gauntlet with that build.
I remember you were telling me that.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it worked. What the heck?
Yeah, I'm very proud of that.
Is it still effective? Have you gone in?
I haven't, no. No new bosses, so what's the point?
So, and then the other part of the Queen's area, Queen's Pavilion, is the boss blitz, which happens below the arena, and you get to fight a bunch of big bads, some mini bosses, and their trash mobs, basically.
And then you get your trash rewards at the end.
Yes. And you get the bronze, silver, and gold, and you would think that gold would be easy to get, and yet it is the thing that if you go into an unorganized map with can be the most triggering thing to try and get.
I was going to say, it's not hard to get. It's just that you get festival champions in the map, and then you can't do anything.
And they've added a new thing this year where if you break the bar on your boss, your neighbors on fighting other bosses will get a little buff. So presumably this should help them and incentivize people to break bars. But PvE, the thing that still bothers me about Defiance bars is that they've never really added a tutorial on how to actually teach people.
No.
And so you go into open world big meta events and people don't know what to do with them. There's like green bar, oh, I'll just keep DPSing and firing pew pew. And like, no, really, if you break that bar, things become a lot easier.
And it's not that people don't communicate either. People
scream in map chat, CC, and
break the bar. Use your CC skills. Like, it's not for lack of trying.
No.
We try to tell people.
Yeah, I feel like this is a mechanic that they should have a little in-game tutorial for, like they did for dodging.
Mm-hmm.
They revamped the new player experience.
Oh my god, those little dodge rings in the open world. Learn how to dodge. Get a blue pant leg from this chest.
Hey man, that pant leg when you're level 2 can come in handy. Yeah.
For 25 minutes.
For 25 minutes. but yes, the screaming in map chat doesn't help. But when you can go in a coordinated map, and usually you'll see a couple of guilds will run and take over an instance and spread out their guildies and then bring in the randoms in, and things go a lot better.
Yeah. And somebody was asking in chat a couple minutes ago if you could exploit this festival to make money. I don't know, but the way you do it, if you want the big bucks for the most part, is on the day of festival launch, buy up all the stuff that goes up at launch and then sell it all back and just make like 1,000 gold on day one. That's how most people do it. And then past that, things even out, and you might as well go back to silver waste, right? That's generally how it works, unless it's Halloween, in which case you just labyrinth farm the whole time.
So, if you can get gold, and then things work out a little better. Well, yeah, I've seen lots of people tweeting out on how they're getting triggered by random pug maps.
Yeah, and it happened last year too, and I don't even know why people. I'll be honest. Like, I get that things like that can be fun. I get that if you've done your raid full clear for the week, this is the next best thing challenge wise, right? But like, I don't know why people would do this. The rewards are terrible. They're awful.
I think it can be fun if you go in with a group, which is what we did last year, and we just farmed it and we just took over an instance and kept getting gold for several hours, and we just had fun. So we're doing that again tonight. So
Miko will carry you through boss splits, y'all.
Yeah, we're telling people, if you've got raiders in your communities, bring them along because they know how to deal with CC bars.
Yeah, Raidles in your community. Raiders and fractal people. No break bars. I won't lie. Fractaling has gotten me. I knew what break bars were since Heart of Thorns, right? But fractaling has gotten me better at popping break bars. 100%.
Yeah. And they're, if you know which skills break them, it's not insurmountable.
Yeah, exactly.
So the festival is out. Go get your fun on if you want to go and have fun that way. Races, the Labyrinthine Cliffs is on a timer, which you can find on the wiki. Different races that happen over there. I don't know if they added a mount race to that map this year.
I don't know if they added a new one, but there's still a mount race there. I don't know if it's the same one as last year. I tuned into a stream the other day and someone was doing it, and I was like, cool.
Yeah, all right. So yeah, and there was a few new achievements this year as well. With press your H button, your hero panel, and go look under your achievements.
And then go press F to win the game.
Press F to win the game. So, but one of the things is that if you do the daily, you're getting mystic coins, 3 mystic coins this year, which is
true. Okay. Mystic coins are always big money.
So that's kind of nice that they did that.
Yeah, especially now that you need 10 billion mystic clovers to make legendary upgrades.
Segue, yes. So the thing that we all knew was coming, if we've been paying attention to the game this year, is legendary runes and sigils are now in the game.
Yep. They announced these in Mike Z's big, here's what's going on post back during the layoffs. So
after the layoffs, yeah. And and they take a crap ton of things to they take 50...
you have the material list? Oh my god.
They take 50 mystic motes, 50 mystic aspects, a condensed gift of fortune. You need also the gift of Might and Magic. How many legendary Mystic Clovers do you need, did you say?
So I don't know the exact number, but I know that you need a good chunk of Mystic Clovers per rune, and you need to make 6 runes, right? You're not just gonna make 1 rune. That's stupid. So you like when you think of legendary runes, 6 legendary runes is the legendary, right? And in that case, I think you need several hundred Mystic Clovers to make 6 legendary runes, and then you need 2 more sigils on top of that, right? 4, technically you need 4 because you have 2 weapon sets. It's if you want to fully kit out, if you want full purple, it's awful.
Not cheap. It's not cheap.
Yeah, it's awful.
So, yeah, and the thing we'll bring thing you can see on screen, the UI, the full purple. The stats on the runes, they're not any different from the exotics.
Well, I mean, and nobody that was to be expected, right? Because we don't have an ascended rune tier to upgrade stats or to change things in any way. So yeah, it would just be like, and this is how they were when they announced them in the post. Just stat swappability. That's pretty much it. But you have things to say about the UI, right?
Yes. Now you'd linked Deroir. He pronounces his name. Had mentioned that the UI is not user friendly. It is a bad UX experience. This is why. My friends, look at what's happening on your screen. You will now get this not just for your legendary runes. You will get this if you have legendary weapons or legendary armor as well. So you double click to get this UI so that you can stat swap into whatever you want and change whatever rune or sigil you want. That sounds all well and good. For your stats.
How did it work before, and then how does it work now?
Before, you would hit your list of your stats available to you, and they were in a nice alphabetical order set. Because, it makes it easier to find assassins, berserkers, clerics, just down the line, right?
Yeah.
No longer does this work this way.
No.
Now they are sorted by when they were added to the game.
Yeah.
So now you have to remember if this is a core Tyria stat, is this an HOT stat, or is it a POF stat?
I won't lie, I do know the difference between most of them.
I do as well.
So most of the good stat sets are going to be in the last half of the scroll.
When you've been used to finding things alphabetically for 7 years.
Yeah, berserkers.
Why would you do this?
Yeah.
It just seems a very strange way to sort.
Because who cares when it was added?
Because
right?
Who cares when it was added? Yeah. Yes, I want to know that my berserkers, I can find it clearly close to the top. And you can still find berserkers close to the top. Why? Because it's a core Tyria stat.
Especially since new people join the game every day. Like, it's completely unintuitive to anybody who's new to the game. For anybody who played post 2017, it's stupid. It's stupid regardless, but especially to new people who have no idea what the context of any of these add dates are.
Now, I've been using a lot of Diviner's Gears lately because I'm main Chrono. So thankfully, that's the last stat in the list because it was added last as an available stat PvE-wise to the game, even though it's an HOT stat, not a POF stat. But it's listed last with the POF one.
Diviners is a POF stat.
Diviners came in before it was PvP first, right?
In PvP, sure, but that doesn't count. We don't talk about PvP.
It's still listed last. My point still stands. It's listed last, even though it actually was earlier in the POF release.
Yeah, if we want to talk about PvP, I guess.
So, it makes it a little bit easier that my POF, my Diviners is down below, my Berserkers above. But if I need to go Minstrels, I've got to scroll somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
In the middle of other things that sometimes I scroll past.
You got to find the launch
It's
POF
it's
section.
not good. It's not happiness. It's terrible.
Mhm. Yeah.
Terrible. The same thing with the runes. I don't have the runes yet, but from what the looks of this UI that we're looking at on the screen, it does also look like it's going to be sorting by when it was added to the game.
hmm and chat also making the point that order aside, the layout itself is just tacky looking, and
It's not. It's yeah.
it looks like an alpha. Like
Yes, it does.
it
That's a very
looks
good
like
point.
it looks like you've cobbled something together to prove functionality, but this doesn't look like something you'd ever actually put in the game. It looks like a test build or something.
Yeah.
But this is the final
And
product.
maybe this is and maybe this is they're alphaing this to us to say, hey, let's see if we're gonna piss people off. Well, you're pissing people off. The Gerard's point was that he's basically banking his runes. He's not even gonna use them until build templates get added to the game because it's not customizable in a friendly.
Yeah, Dorora was saying on Twitter that he's straight up banking his legendary runes because they're actually a pain in the ass to use. It's just like, why wouldn't you just, like, if you're a high tier player with hundreds, if not thousands of gold to just spend on whatever, you would literally have a better time buying a new rune set off the trading post and slotting it. Easier.
And the purple stats, I mean, it's just a purple color because the stat increase is not any different from the exotic quality.
Yeah. Well, and, like, I can see how you could be disappointed like that because, on regular gear, we have ascended quality, right? But since ascended quality runes were never announced, I mean, I didn't expect this to have any sort of stat increase or anything like that.
Purple is enough for Josh. But yeah,
It's just it's funny to me that these are, again, because I think of these as, I don't think of one legendary rune as a complete legendary, right? I think of a set of 6 legendary runes as one complete legendary feature. And in that respect, these are the most arduous legendary to get in the entire game, pretty much.
And
runes of all things.
For runes of all things, because you'd think that the gear itself, the weapons or the armor would be the thing that would be.
There's no visual effects to the runes at all. None.
No.
And they're the worst to get. That's so weird. I don't know. I would have thought they'd be a little more chill to get. You have to get a lot more provisioner tokens to get these.
Mm-hmm.
They've added provisioner token vendors to each major city that you can use various currencies in the game to get.
Right, existing, which I think is really nice because if you've been on the fence even about legendary armor, you need provisioner tokens for as well. This gives you more avenues to get those. Are more a little bit easier to get. The currencies are just a little bit easier to get than having to craft crate weapons.
They're still daily gated though.
Sure, but provisioner tokens were always daily gated.
I know.
But you've got so many more vendors now that you can get like something between 20 and 30 provisioner tokens a day.
Everything in this game is daily gated. I'm so tired of it. I get that it's firmly how the game is now. It's not going to change. They're not going to go back to farmables or anything like that. Everything's always going to be daily from now on. It's such a frustrating way to play for me. Because, like, I'm the type of guy that wants to sit down and be like, all right, I'm going to farm provisioner tokens tonight. And do that. And you can't. And
you'd get your 30 and then you'd be like, right, I got to go do something else now.
Yeah, and I'm like, but I wanted to do this tonight, and I can't. Which is why I end up in Silver Waste so much, because I can do that around the clock. I can just keep doing it. I love that.
And you can trade. One of the vendors in, I forget which city now, takes obsidian shards, so you'd be fine for that.
Yeah, you can. There's one vendor that takes.
There's one vendor, and he takes one, I think.
Token a day.
It's a 1-to-1 swap.
It's gonna take me a long time to spend down my 11,000 obsidian shards.
No, I wish you could gift those away. Send me some. But yeah, the point that chat made earlier about that it's preparing us for something else, or makes you wonder what's coming. It's systems like this always make me wonder, because I've played this game enough to know that when they add something new that makes it look a bit like, why are they doing this? They've usually got something else in mind. We mentioned the aspect skills, which were basically prepping us for the motion of mounts that came later on. But so yeah, we know that build templates are on the table. And I hope that they're getting closer to the falling off the end of the table
build
and into
templates.
game.
They said build templates are coming out this year.
Yeah, so I would like that to be sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And you know, who knows? It might be coming with the whole season 5 thing, Living World announcement thing that they're doing at the end of this month.
Yeah. And Deo in chat makes the point that all MMOs are time gated, and so it's true. And it's not necessarily bad. It's like it's a good way of protecting the game's economy. I just hate it.
Like, I don't think that
all the benefits aside, I hate it.
I don't think I'll be adding this to my purple chasing. I'd rather go for a weapon.
I would do this if I had all the weapons I wanted,
right,
and all the trinkets done. After that, I would be like, well, I guess I'll make legendary runes and sigils, right. But I don't care to do it right now.
That's how I feel about it.
There's no visual effect. Nobody can tell you don't have them.
And honestly, I don't know that we would need a visual effect with a legendary rune, even though it's legendary and we expect to have a visual effect with legendaries.
For what they cost, I think.
For what they cost, you'd expect something more, I guess.
If you're going to not put a visual effect on them, they need to be a little less strenuous to get. Because these are heavy in terms of cost. These are not a joke. These are not fun to make.
No.
And you don't get anything visual out of them.
I mean, they feel to me, I mean, I said it last week when they announced that they were coming. It's going to be a convenience item for certain players.
Mm-hmm. Like, and I didn't have a problem with them being because we don't have visual effects on runes and sigils, right? That's not a thing. So I didn't expect there to be any visual effects. But I also didn't expect them to cost the ludicrous amount that they do. Because to me, part of what makes that legendary, all that makes that legendary worth that cost is the visual effect. So
legendary runes and sigils double the effect of the rune sigil at that moment. Yeah, that's
oh, broken. It's completely broken. That's hilarious. That's amazing. Not surprised though. Did you notice that neither of us are surprised when we heard that? We're just like, oh wow, yeah, that sounds broken.
That get missed.
It's like, that's a problem.
But yeah, so I'm hopeful that the build templates are coming, because the sooner they get into this game so that I can get away from this disgusting UI, I will be happier.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't care for it. It's not friendly at all.
I mean, did I tell you about that stream I did a couple weeks ago where I changed my build and it took me like an hour and a half?
Why?
It did. Just a part of it was getting gear, but just part of it was, oh, I gotta go look up the traits I need. All right, let's individually slot all those. All right, let's individually change all my gear stats. All right, let's change my weapon stats now. Oh man, I need to slot my new trinkets. Do I have the right infusions on those? Like, what a nightmare. Oh my god. And I know you guys all be like, just use Arc DPS, right? It's like I shouldn't have to.
No, see, I have not installed the Arc DPS templates because I've been holding out. Literally, I've been holding out for the official ones. And from what I'm hearing, that the Arc templates don't work with this new UI anyway.
Nope.
So I'm glad I haven't installed it, because that would just that would have broken my brain. But no, I regularly stat swap on my chrono when I raid, which is the content that I do the most. So yeah, I mean, I feel your pain of now, if you were to do it more regularly, yeah, I think it would probably start to go faster, because then I mean, you were like, why don't you reskin your Ascended weapons? And I'm like, because it's really quick for me to like visually spot and say, okay, that's diviners or that's berserkers or whatever, and I
Yeah,
can just
the red one's berserkers, the blue one is X, the
right, and I
green
don't
one
have to
is
sit
Y.
there and go, what? Why did I add this, chain whip skin to this? Or what stat is this again?
Or you could be me and add the same skins to everything because you don't want to change your look,
Right,
and then it's
exactly.
extra fun
And then it's
swapping
extra
your
fun.
build.
So there, that's the method to my madness, because it makes swapping between builds easier. Just
I've got
have a
like
quick visual.
I've got like 4 unbound magic back pieces in my inventory. I'm like, which one do I need?
Oh, Aaron, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's bad.
Alright, so the legendary runes and sigils are here. Go and chase to your heart's content, my friends, and live the purple life if you so choose.
Live the purple life. That if you take
Purple
anything
life.
away from this stream, take that,
Live the
please.
purple life. And not necessarily of the mess. Although you could do that too. What the one thing that the provisioner token things has
The factioner token.
the factioner tokens, yes, is I'm actually considering making another set of legendary.
You should do it in World v World. No provisioner tokens. World v World's actually worse. You can get your provisioner tokens infinitely faster than you can get your tickets for World v World.
Yeah, so I'm actually considering doing like medium armor, probably second most, or my ranger.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I'm considering it. I haven't leapt off the cliff yet, because I still do want to make Exordium at some point in my life, and I probably should add a second sword, legendary sword, and a shield to my life as well.
I literally only need like a few hundred more gold to make Vision, and I've just been blowing it off for months at this point.
And see, the trinkets are not something that I'm really chasing, because I don't really be nice. But now, chat, you can tell me, because I know some of you have the legendary trinkets already. Does the UI look the same when you on the trinkets as this wonderful addition that we've gotten to weapons and armor?
Yeah, I've never stat swapped a trinket after getting, because I don't use my legendary trinkets or back pieces in my game.
So it's the same UI.
God,
No.
awesome.
Yeah, I'll be holding off until build templates. I'm solidly on board with Doror on this.
Well, and we've got chat saying that they are making legendaries easier to get because they're adding provisioner merchants. I don't think that does inadvertently make legendary armor a little easier to get, but they added them because you need so many tokens for the runes and sigils to kind of keep the difficulty for those equal. I think that was more the thought process. I don't think they were, because you need a ludicrous amount of them to make these new runes and sigils.
The whole change to the swapping between or trading between legendary insights and legendary divinations, which had the community up in arms a couple of months ago.
I don't think you should ever be able to do that.
Well,
honestly,
the reason was for coalescence, and then now that they've done this whole faction provisioner token things, I do wonder if they did have some kind of, well, maybe we'll get people into our endgame content who are in the endgame content and then now want the ease of legendary armor. So
I know
them yet another way to get your insights for.
I just think that if you want to make legendary armor, you should have to do hot raids, and if you want to make coalescence, you should have to do POF raids. And I don't think you should be able to be a baby about it. This is coming from a person who hasn't done either. All right, like I haven't done it, and I don't think you should be able to do that. But
and it does make you wonder. Like, the thing that I've questioned, and what several raiders have questioned, is why even make insights and divinations to begin? Why not just have one currency for raids? if you're going to have the ability to swap
to
between them.
To make you play the other raids.
But it's like, right, I understand why it is, but if you've added the trade ability both ways, which is what they've done, then you kind of cheapen or nullify the reason for even having two currencies in
which again is why they shouldn't have done that. That's stupid. It's like, hey, let's make them swappable. Why are they there?
There is no POF legendary armor now. And I wonder if they ever will add another, because they'd have to do the whole animation thing, and
I wouldn't say it's
expectation now.
It all depends on is the August thing our next item.
Should we separate?
Okay, so it all depends on what's in that announcement on August 30th. Segue. Dude,
boom, look at that.
I'm two today. But it really does. Like, that announcement is looking like it's going to be a big deal. And it's going to tell us, I think, what the level of development dedication we should be able to expect to the game going forward. If they're doubling down and they're going to be dedicated, then I think you can expect to see things like legendary weapons Gen 3, another set of legendary armor, stuff like that. If not, then,
The thing that I've seen a lot of people talking about is, well, we've gotten, after the layoffs, we got all these people back on Guild Wars 2, so that's improved the cadence of content release. It's like, really? I think everything that we've seen come in was already stuff that was being worked on. None of it was new.
I would actually go out on a limb and say the bonus events are new. But I would love to see, so you mentioned...
really didn't take a lot of, I think, man hours, because the things were already there. It's just changing up, adding some loot tables.
So I would love to, so you mentioned that there's a bunch of new people coming back, or new people coming into the game, boosting players with all these bonus events and festivals. I would love to see the stats on what those people are doing, because I bet most of them are just doing fucking world bosses, and they're not actually playing the rest of the game. Do you think there's more people doing fractals? I don't. Like, raid population went down measurably in the new wing. Like, we're getting festival champions into the game. We're not getting actual players in.
So it's like, if you're going to be making this announcement of proper developing of content, it needs to be, I think this announcement needs to be that.
And chat making the point that the community is hyping the 30th too much, and they wouldn't be surprised if it's just Living World and nothing more. I don't think... here's the thing. I can't say I don't think, because it's entirely possible that they trust ArenaNet to go to book a room during a convention time just to announce something we already know they're doing. Leave it to ArenaNet to pull that one off.
I would hope not.
I know. I'm hoping. I'm being hopeful. I'm being PMA. I'm being Captain PMA over here, right? I've got my cape on. I hope this announcement announces some major dedication to the. I don't care if they shake things up or if they don't. I just want them to be hey, we are dedicated to making Guild Wars 2 a thriving game going forward. That's what I want. That's what I want to hear on the 30th. So I'm putting on my cape. I'm putting on my gloves. I'm Captain PMA. I'm ready to go, guys.
Heard it here first, guys.
Yeah.
Here to stream now. Expect it.
Oh yeah, let's not talk about the Twitter. Let's not talk about that. That's not part.
No, but in all seriousness, I think you're right. I think everything that we've seen in terms of, like I said, content that has come out, whether it be new content like the raid, was stuff that was already in development. I don't think any of it was developed after.
Yeah.
I think that was just stuff that was in the pipeline that then was able to just get shipped.
Oh no, I think Wing 7 was well in development. I think Raiders are, not you specifically, but Raiders are way overly pessimistic and whiny about their game mode. They're oh, they put out a raid wing. It's
We gotta wait another 9 months, and it's like,
It's
just
like,
guys, stop.
I'm sure the 9 month period is because there's we don't need to talk about like raids a ton, but like there's a ton of different contributing factors as to why the raid scene is the way it is, right? Part of it is that not enough people are interested. Part of it is that ArenaNet doesn't hype it enough. Part of it is the raid team is probably smaller, right? But like there's so many factors that go into it. Um, but I don't think they crapped out Wing 7 after the layoffs just to make people happy. That's ridiculous, right? And chat's also making the point about the announcement that they've said they wanted to show. This is from Deo. They've said they wanted to show X-Pac features in Living World. So
Right.
it might not be just Living World, right?
Right.
I would actually argue that Living World is already X-Pac level. Like a season of Living World is equal to an expansion easily.
Sure.
Like I consider them, I see them that way. Like season 3, I see as expansion level quality and a full expansion of the game. Same with season 4. I don't know. That's just how I see it. I mean, Living World season 3 and 4 both came with actual legendaries at the end of them. POF didn't. All right. POF didn't have a single legendary. Okay. And Living World gave us legendaries. Like Living World is better, in my opinion. All right.
Yeah, the one thing that the legendaries that we got, the Gen 2s, were still leftovers from Heart of Thorns. The ones that we should have shipped with Heart of Thorns. So whether we start seeing Gen 3s come out, I mean, why not?
Mm-hmm. It's entirely like they seem to have legendary weapon production down to a good schedule. There's no reason why they can't do Gen 3. It is totally possible. I'm just like with what Deo mentioned though, I am curious as to whether they'll announce an actual change to the structure of Living World. A lot of people are asking whether they were going to have to start paying for it.
Right.
That would be a dick move, wouldn't it? But
I
they might
mean,
need the money.
it's sub fee or gem store.
They're never going to do a sub fee. They'd die.
So, that's the reality of the business model that they're working under. People can poop on the gem store and then pushing the gem store as hard as they do, but if they don't have a sub fee, where are they getting their revenue from the existing player base? They're not having sales to match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Doesn't mean I agree with it because
yeah.
I
mean, I prefer a sub fee, but it's too late. They can't go that way now. I
mean,
wouldn't
it's
want
the business model that the franchise has been under forever.
Yeah, I don't think they should. I don't think they should add a sub fee to Guild Wars 2. Just like in my perfect fake utopia world, it has one. But I've heard a lot of the pessimists also be like, "Oh, they're going to add VIP mode like what ESO has," which I think is toxic. But please, God, no! Please don't do that, ArenaNet. I might stop playing. Like, I have a podcast.
It would have to be very carefully done.
It shouldn't be done.
Yeah. So, anyways, so yeah, August 30th, the announcement of something is coming, and that is a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to PAX, aren't you? You're meeting up with folks like Age.
I'm not going to PAX. I will
be hanging out with
I will be dragging Mr. Age Night Road to the bar to crush some beers together, though. Whether he wants to or not, Age, I'm coming for you. I'll like kidnap him at the airport.
You guys should do like a mobile show.
Yeah, no, the Twitch IRL stream is happening. It's happening.
Are you gonna go to the announcement?
I don't. I heard you don't need PAX.
You don't need tickets
to go to the announcement.
No.
Maybe I will.
I think you should.
Here's the thing, though. I talk so much shit on my live stream. I'm kind of scared to show up at ArenaNet events now. I'm like, will they escort me out with security?
You're I'm not like trying to shit on you here, but it's like you're not. Do you have
No,
the
I'm not
level
on
of
the radar at
following
all.
as like one of the big influencers in the game?
No, I'm not on their radar at all. But what if that one dev has seen my stream?
Just go, man. You've been there before.
What if one time is all it takes, and they're like, that guy, I want him gone.
We were at the party last year. What are you talking
2 years ago. I skipped it. I skipped it last year. I
That's
live
right.
streamed instead.
I was. Everything's become a blur.
We set the chat off on the raid discussion. We'll
did.
just table the raid discussion. Go watch our previous episodes if you want the raid discussion.
If you guys want like serious hardcore, I mean, the thing with the raids, if you look at the last raid that just got released out of World of Warcraft, which took the top raid team, I don't know, I want to say like a week and a half, 2 weeks to clear that wing, and they had something like 8 bosses. Yeah, you know, hey, that's not where Guild Wars 2. Don't think that we ever expected them to be that way because of the design of the game.
Yeah, is your cat sneezing?
My cat is sneezing. Sorry.
Like an attack.
He just had a sneezing attack. Yeah.
But yeah, no, like Guild Wars 2 raids, we're starting with the best gear, right?
We don't
builds,
have a gear grind.
Yeah, we don't have any new skills
no.
because raids don't release on X-Pack, so we don't have any new skills or specializations to deal with. We just go in with the best stuff right away. So yeah, the raid clear is going to be quicker, right? There's a lot of different factors that go into WoW raids that make them take longer like that. It's a severely bloated game, right? And Blizzard just answers with more bloat. When they release raid stuff, they're like, more HP, more armor, more, just more, right? And we're trying to keep a difficulty plateau in Guild Wars 2. I've mentioned before that I think raids should get progressively harder with each wing, but not ludicrously so. But they clearly don't want to do that. So
there was a thread that was out on Reddit earlier this week, I believe it was, with someone who had made a proposal for difficulty tiers in raids to give people like their easy mode, baby mode, story mode.
That's another thing that WoW raids have that I think is actually really good.
It's the thing that people in Guild Wars 2 have been asking for a while.
Difficulty modes are good for sure.
And making challenge modes actually challenging.
Instead of just weird BS.
Yeah, where you'd expect a mechanic to actually do something and then it doesn't show up and you're just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Or Karen CM where you just hammer your special action key nonstop.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, it's like that's not really challenging. That's just an extra button to press.
Yeah.
Unless you're going in with a weird ass comp, as we found out, right, guys? All right, so August 30th, it's coming. They're talking about what, 45 minutes?
Yeah, that's why I think it's going to be a big deal because it's a very long announcement.
How long? You were at you were at something else.
I was at the raid reveal.
Right.
For Heart of Thorns. That was short. But the PAX South announcement for Heart of Thorns, that was an hour long.
Yeah, it was.
So like a 45-minute announcement is something very serious. They're not going to sit there and waffle for 45 minutes just saying, we're doing season 5 like we said we would. That's not going to be a 45-minute announcement. It's going to be a big deal with lots of features.
I want it to be a big deal. I don't want it to be like a 45-minute long episode of Guild Chat.
Oh.
Live.
Can you imagine?
I mean, I want it to be a serious announcement.
The curtain pulls up and it's the Guild Chat set.
Sorry, I just made myself sad. Okay.
Yeah, I thought we were out of ways in which this could go wrong, and you just brought up a whole new one.
I'm sorry, guys. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, man.
So, can we transition into other things that are happening? So, other things that are happening with the game, or, well, all right. So we know how we always ask for merch. Can we just transition? There really is no good transition for this.
And people, no, and a good, like, that is a good point, though, that people have been clamoring for Guild Wars 2 merch for years and years.
Like, we want to be able to, like, buy cool shirts and things. And their answer to that is this.
They skipped right over like normal clothing
and went to, I don't know what this is even. How do we?
Yeah,
It's
and
leggings that's supposed to look like armor or outfits. I'm not sure.
you see that one there on the far left. That is the Grenth
That's the
outfit,
Grenth outfit, right?
and it has the crotch cod piece on the hip. It's incredible.
I'm not sure what this one is.
They're all gem store armor. Also, is something I also noticed is they are all gem store armor outfits. So they're like low key promoting the gem store.
And then
These
the
are bad, guys.
dresses, right? So the dresses, they've teamed up. Let's find.
Yeah, there's full dresses as well.
Here we go. Here we go. Guild Wars 2. I don't know.
And kind of the like, I mean, if you want to let your geek gamer flag fly, I guess go ahead and buy some of these, right? I'm not going to stop you.
The cashmere regal leggings. Guys, help me.
One thing I will say is this is a way to support the game that's not buying stuff on the gem store.
It does. I mean, are they getting? I would hope that they're getting some kind of royalties off.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to get this, I'm not going to stop you. I've actually seen a lot of people really excited about these on Twitter. People seem to really like them. Like,
I've seen a lot of mocking.
I love Guild Wars too, but if I saw someone wearing these, I would be like,
I legit wouldn't, like, outside of cosplaying for a con. Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
And 40 pounds is not cheap, guys. You want $1 conversion.
Yeah, what's that, $60? Or has the pound gone down ever since?
The pound has gone down, that's one, but currency, pound, what is it? He said 40? It's like $48 right now, but the pound is at a lowly $1.21 to 1 pound. When that goes back up to normal in the 130s to 140 range of the currency exchange, that's going to be pushing 50, 60 bucks.
Who wants to spend $50 on a Guild Wars 2 dress, y'all? I don't know. Here's the thing: you could make good like leggings and dresses that have to do with the game, right? And I feel like these aren't it. Yeah, because like, you know, and I think one of them or a couple of them actually have concept art on them. I think concept art is so much better for clothing than actual in-game designs. But most of these are just in-game outfits plastered onto.
When you have to get the definition of what it is, right, to tell you what this is supposed to be, instead of being like, I think of game merch or any kind of merch related to some kind of fandom-y product as something that's going to instantly be recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
And say, oh, that's from X and whatever.
And this isn't it. This you would have to be like, what are you wearing?
Right. Yeah. It's like, if you got to explain it, like Air Stagalkin, this is probably the closest thing that says, oh, okay, that's Air from Guild Wars. Everything else, I'm just kind of like, what? See,
and I don't mind the Air Stagalkin dress because it just has a concept art picture on it. Like, that makes way more sense to me than awkwardly plastering armor sets onto tights. You know? Like, it's just weird. Like, more concept art, less awkwardly plastered outfits, please.
I mean, I would like some official t-shirts. The things that like
we have the t-shirts in the
for fans by fans thing, right?
Yes, and those aren't bad. Those have official game assets on them. They're not bad. I like the profession ones. I actually want to get a few of the profession ones.
Mm-hmm.
But like, dude, shirts with like concept art like that, like the Air thing,
mm-hmm.
and like so much of their other dope concept art. If we could get shirts, like high quality ones with like full prints of the art on them, I would buy those, you know. But I don't want tights.
So I'm happy that some people like them. I'm giving them.
Yeah. If you need to let out your inner royal guard and buy yourself some.
I literally, when I saw them, I was like, what? No.
Yeah. This is some If you want to be an IRL champion, purchase these tights.
Describe it actually. I'm not a supporter of your champion model. Tweet out things on your.
Josh says he already bought it. He's wearing them right now.
See pictures, Josh. Until I believe it, I don't believe anything. Or until I see it, I don't believe anything. Okay. So supporting the game. So Q2 earnings came out for the game and for all NCSoft products. There is a thread out on Reddit if you're interested in getting the details. Let me see if I can link here. So if you want the full PDF, you can go to there. But the long and the short of it is that the game is at a stable place, slightly lower than Q1, but not too bad.
That's actually almost even. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
15.88 billion won as opposed to 16.3 billion won.
We're finally doing better than Ion, a game that came out 10 years ago.
Dude, but why is Ion even still like so stable?
Because you can fly in it, and you can make your character look like a child.
It's very bad. I've tried Ion; it's not good. And we're doing better than Blade and Soul.
Mm-hmm.
So from the conference call keynote, NCSoft wants to increase the efficiency.
We're not doing better than Blade and Soul. Blade and Soul 21,107, Guild Wars 2 15,882. Blade and Soul is doing better.
Where's my graphic?
So the graph is higher in Guild Wars 2 because the graphs are all relative, but if you look at the actual numbers, Blade and Soul is still our daddy. Yeah.
By 6,000 ish.
Mm-hmm.
So here the takeaways from this are that NCSoft wants to increase the efficiency of NC West, which is 2 falls under. NCSoft does not expect a significant decrease of labor costs from this entity.
Which means they're not going to lay anyone else off. Because
they're hiring.
I like how they did the layoffs and then they're like, "Oh, we're not going to fire anybody. We already did."
I mean, but they are also hiring people.
And they're hiring them probably at cheaper rates than they had people on before.
Which basically just, to me, it just says those layoffs were about cutting salary dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are, like I said, hiring. So.
I do still think that's, and it's less so now, but like back when the layoffs happened, and then literally like a month or two later, they were like, "We're hiring." That was so tacky. Like, I get that that's industry standard. I get it, but it doesn't change the fact that it's tacky. But yeah, it's nice to see the game at a steady revenue stream, it seems.
Stable. I mean,
I was just going to say it, but at what cost, right? We got a 900 gem chair the other day. All right.
Is it really 900 gems?
The flying Darth Maul throne? Yeah.
Oh, the Darth Maul throne.
Yeah.
Was that for the chair itself or for the combo pack?
The literal best looking chair they've ever put in the game that was on the gem store for almost 1,000 gems. Yeah, that thing.
Okay.
And then we've got some goodies to talk about today that I can't wait to rip into.
All right.
But the game's doing okay.
So the game's doing better. So yes. Let me see if I can get, because are we talking gem store now? We are talking gem store.
Yeah,
now.
I'm just to wrap up the quarterly earnings, I'm glad the game revenue seems steady, but it's still the second lowest on the chart, and they probably want to get it up, right? So look forward to more gem store shenanigans, which is a good segue to the gem store.
Yes. So in the gem store, hang on. Okay. So you can get now this chair, putting down roots. This one does not float. This is the Sylvari chair, basically. Bow of the Grove. 400 gems for this lovely thing. I do not know anyone who owns it. Or maybe I know one person, but I haven't actually seen it.
It's a great looking chair.
Is it nice? Have you seen it in person?
No, I mean, it looks good, though. Imagine if you could earn it in the game.
Yeah.
Imagine if this was like a special achievement reward for Twilight Arbor. That'd be sick, wouldn't it? It's not going to happen. It'd be very cool.
It would be. It would be a good reward for Twilight.
This is what I do with gem store stuff now to like keep myself sane. I just hypothetically imagine my own reward system for them in the game, and then pretend that that's what they are.
Other things that got released with the Festival of the Four Winds are the Zephyrite Paraglider Glider for 400 gems.
That is the worst name for an item.
Paraglider Glider. Yeah.
Paraglider. Just call it a paraglider. Like
yeah.
The paraglider glider.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. It's also ugly.
I think in order to work, I would need some kind of strings action since you've got the animation of your
the hands are here and there's no
pose,
string.
Right, but there's no strings, so that kind of like breaks immersion. I don't know.
I don't know. I have the forged glider. I never need to buy a gem store glider again.
It is right. It is quite good.
Yeah.
And then you've also got the new Raptor skin. This is the 2K gem skin. This makes your raptor look like
not a raptor at all.
Not a raptor at all.
Yeah.
It's sort of a cross between a rat and a kangaroo.
I thought it was a fox and a kangaroo.
I'm not actually sure what
like
it is.
An Elonian foxaroo.
Foxaroo, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a cute little twitchy head thing.
My problem with it, though, is that it's clearly a mammal, right? This is a mammal, and it's still got these little raptor arms. Right? It's like, what failed lab experiment am I writing on right now?
Anyway, a couple of people have gotten this because they think it's like uber cute. I don't know if anyone in chat owns this. I did not spring 2K gems. I don't usually spring 2K gems for a mount skin. The one that I do own is because I got it out of a black line chest on the 4th key. A fennec fox. There you go.
People love this thing, though. I've seen people
losing their minds over it. Like, oh my gosh, it's so cute.
People just don't care. They don't care. Like the audience Arena has cultivated doesn't care that this costs like $30 of real money, right? They don't care that it doesn't make any sense in the game world. I
know that other MMOs do the same thing with their mount skins. Like you've got the earnable ones in game, which I really wish we had. And then there's the cash shop ones, which cost around $25 to $30. Other games do this. I earnable ones, and I
saw a tweet from somebody on Twitter. I don't remember who the person was. I apologize. I don't remember the Twitter handle. They mentioned that in the same week that ArenaNet released a $30 mount skin, that Nintendo's Smash Bros. Released like a new map, a new like 4 new characters and like new skins for them for like $7. And I'm like, oh my god, they've cultivated this audience of people that have no self-respect. I'm sorry, but they have. Like the average Guild Wars 2 player has no self-respect because they buy this garbage. Sorry, I'm done.
Okay. I was gonna say, I mean, it takes us back to the conversation we were having earlier as well. It's like they've got to push this stuff because it's their revenue stream. And
do you think so? I know that they like look at, like, there's no way they don't look at the numbers and try to gauge the perfect price.
People buy it. That's why they keep making it. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it.
If people didn't buy 2K gem mount skins, they would have stopped making them a long time ago.
Right.
And that makes me very sad.
You know, it was kind of to be expected when we complained about the glider skins that were coming out on the gem store, and yet how many glider skins do we own?
Yeah, they kept releasing them because back then.
Self-respect 2,500 gems.
I when I see someone riding on one of these, I lose a lot of respect for them. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know. I'm not big on these.
So, and then the last thing to come in with Gem Store is Black Lion Chest only item.
The pièce de résistance.
Is the resistance
of Bolshevism.
Yeah. Starborn outfit, which is if any of you are infusion aficionados.
Makes you look like Fractal Zera.
Yes. And it's also very similar to.
Mm-hmm. It looks like if Verastra and Zera had a child.
And people were saying, and this is a. People were saying, oh, this would be really cool if we could dye it. So we got this and dyeable.
It I think the outfit is ugly, but the textures are good.
The textures are really cool.
Yes, but I do not like the here. It suffers from the same thing that almost all outfits do. Is if you could lose the helmet, it would look fine. But if you lose the helmet, then you've got your weird, just normal head on like a star body, and it doesn't make any sense, right? So you kind of have to wear the ugly helmet. It sucks. Don't get it.
It's for me. It feels very reminiscent of the Zodiac armor, which I wasn't.
At least this is dyeable, though.
Zodiac armor is not dyeable.
No.
Oh God, that's the no.
You have to be blue. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so this is a chance to get it from a Black Lion chest. People have rolled. You know how many. What the data is on how many rolls people have tried to get this.
Have they now? Chad is saying that Black Lion chest outfits are always bad. I thought they'd never done this before. They've never done an outfit exclusive to chest before, have they?
They've done weapons.
Yeah, they've done weapons and they've done mount skins, but I think and they've done gliders even. I think, but I think this is the only time they've ever done an outfit that's just Black Lion chest. This is
They have? Which one?
Yeah, which one? I'm curious as to which one.
Balthazar one?
That I bought that on the gem store myself.
That was a gem store one, yeah.
Yeah. That's that was just a gem store sale. I think this is a venture into new
Fallen Balthazar.
Is that really Black Lion chest only? I gotta look it up because I think you could buy it.
There is, if you are curious, there is a video out that Moe put out if you want to see what the outfit looks like on all races. I will lower his music.
So the Fallen Balthazar outfit was available for purchase on the gem store through the Fallen Balthazar package. You can get it through a guaranteed wardrobe unlock, but that goes for a bunch of outfits. So it's definitely not a Black Lion chest outfit.
So you can go and support if you want to find this in the show note links. Highlight the VOD. So if you want to decide whether or not you want to roll to try and get this,
God, it looks gross on Asura.
I can fast forward. He didn't. They're a female.
And chat saying the Fallen Balthazar was in the chest and in the store. Sure, but this is exclusively in the chest, and I don't think they've done that for an outfit before. I think this is the only ever exclusively Black Lion chest outfit, and it rubs me the wrong way because I hate it when they do that. I hate it when they do it with weapons. I hate it when they do it with outfits. I hate it when they do it with mounts. Like I hate it, right? But clearly it gets people buying Black Lion keys. I bought 25 Black Lion keys yesterday, but it was to gift to somebody. It's not for me. The only money I spend on the gem store anymore is to pay the dude who makes my Twitch emotes. I pay him in Black Lion keys.
You pay him in keys? I mean...
Yeah. For tax purposes. That's literally what he told me. I was like, do you want me to, I can vend you like $50 or whatever. And he was like, I want keys.
Fair enough. Oh, that's not good. That's really bad. Why do...
They're also, so in the video, these are all dyed one color. If this person would dye, oh, Jesus, the Norn one looks...
I mean, Delphi did this as well. She would kind of... Norn male is not... That's not a good look, friends.
The Norn male, it barely covers your ass. Like...
It's not a good... Oh, my...
Oh, like half his ass is out. I've never seen, I think, here's the thing. I don't think we've ever seen Norn males get that skimpy of an outfit.
No.
That is the skimpiest Norn male outfit I've ever seen.
There's Norn female, which is...
And of course, it probably looks best on human. Yeah, actually, in the game, it looks okay in screenshots, but when I see like it animated and moving, I don't think it looks very good.
Yeah, I'm glad that this video did come out. That Moe put this out because
it's got kind of a Uncanny Valley vibe going, actually, for me.
I'm gonna need you to find...
No, Uncanny Valley vibe, as in like it looks vaguely human to a point, but not human enough to a point where it disturbs me.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm feeling it. In the screenshots, it looked all right, but man, I don't like it. It bothers me.
Let's see. Oh God. Our last...
Oh my God.
I mean, if Norn male was bad, I'm just expecting...
Yeah, is the char gonna have like... Oh boy. The char's not awful.
It's probably least offensive on char.
Yeah, I think so. It's not nearly as offensive on char, actually. Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world there. I wouldn't buy Black Lion keys for it, but God, that would make
like I said, I'd be surprised. I would like to know how many keys it took people before.
Imagine if instead of a Black Lion just exclusive, this was Fractal Legendary Armor. Mm-hmm. Even if it looks bad, like it thematically is perfect for Fractal Legendary Armor. Like with the stars and stuff. But it's in a Black Lion chest. And you just throw keys at it.
Go, friends.
Yep.
So, oh yeah, okay, Josh, you go do that.
Josh doing his best Twitter impression.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it.
So that's the Gemstar stuff that's out right now.
It's all rancid, all of it. It's all completely.
It's not stuff that I would buy. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. I'm not gonna throw money at it. But...
I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't bought anything on the gem store in a long time. Actually, I haven't been. I'm saving money to move, so I just don't buy on the gem store now, and it's like gotten me out of even wanting to, and now I don't think I ever will again. Which is okay with me.
But you know, someone's got. If not, it's okay. Or convert your gold to gems. You can do that. It is a thing.
It is. And I still think a suspiciously high amount of people claim to do that. And there's no way all of them do. Like, all the people that tell me they do that, there's no way.
I believe that people...
Yeah.
Okay. Or use their PayPal. Great. So community events happening. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be doing a boss blitz tonight, organized at Reset in the virtual Discord. If you're interested in joining us, you can send me a whisper here on Twitch. I am InkySticks, or you could just whisper the TyriaNow account, and I'll get you. But yeah, it should be good. We're gonna be going for a couple hours. We'll probably have some prizes. We tend to have going for gold, and it's just basically. I think we have more fun just getting together and doing shenanigans.
Good stuff.
Other things we mentioned earlier that virtually interrupted. Their website should be launching soon. TyriaNow will be putting up. We're going to be putting up our podcast under that content umbrella. We're still remaining TyriaNow. We're still going to have our own Twitch and Twitter and all of the YouTube channel. That's all remaining separate. A website where you'll be able to find our podcast. And it's going to enable us to get an RSS feed that will help us to just get our the podcast audio up on iTunes and Google Play. So that should be coming in the next week or so. We'll
Sweet.
All right. That's all we got. Look at that, Aaron. You wanted a 2-hour show and we did an hour and a half.
Bingo. And plenty of gem store complaining, which is always cathartic. Feel better. I feel calm. Yeah. Every time I alienate more and more Guild Wars 2 players, I feel physically better. Yes. Absolutely.
All right. Our next show should be on the 17th of August. We will be back at our normal time. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, barring catastrophic something to our show's time. So thank you all for coming out today for our early show, and hanging out with us in chat and being active in there. Always good to interact with you guys. And
Totally.
Around for another half an hour. Talking Script should be coming up. That's all for us on episode 13.
Sweet.
All right, guys. Have a great Saturday afternoon. We'll see you next.
See you guys.